as you can tell by the title and thumbnail, yes, I'm gonna be talking about how you can start your clothing brand. So let's get straight into it, right? So the first kind of thing you need to do is come up with a name, and the only advice I have for you to come up with a name is be original. It doesn't necessarily have to mean anything. I know a lot of people say like, oh, it has to have a lot of meaning. I mean, it's good if it does, but the most important thing is to be original, because you want to start a .com and like you kind of just want to be known. You know what I'm saying? Like when someone says like a certain name, like Vlone, right? When you say Vlone, there's only one Vlone. You know what I'm saying? There's no like L loan or W loan. You know what I'm saying? It's just a one of one. It's unique. Coming up with a name is gonna take a long time, because I feel like it's the most important thing. Like if you don't have a good name, I think that's just a big foundation piece that you're missing. So after your name, you want to come up with designs, and you can either do this by yourself using through Photoshop or any like Photoshop like software you could do, or you could hire a person that does it. You could do it from Fiverr, Instagram, however you find people to do whatever you need to do, or people you just know. So you find your design, you make the design, and you make a mock-up. It's basically just the clothes you want to make in digital form. Really having a good mock-up is really important, because and when it comes time to actually make it, you know what it's actually just gonna look like, rather than just kind of testing this thing out and hoping it comes out the way you want it in your head. So it's really important to have a good mock-up. Okay, so after making your mock-up, me personally, I would say find a way to actually produce the clothes you want to produce. This could either be finding a manufacturer internationally, or finding a manufacturer locally, or doing it yourself. I don't really see any other options other than those three. If you do it yourself, just know it comes with a lot of expenses, like getting the machines and getting materials and getting the blanks and printing out the designs. So I personally don't recommend it, but to each their own. If you do have the facilities to, I do recommend doing it on your own, if that makes sense. Like like if you just have it at your expense, 100% do it. If you're just starting like all of this by yourself and you have no clue what's going on, definitely do a manufacturer route. I would say go locally first, only because you could kind of see the process, you can kind of see like the prices, and it's a good guide to prices, to material. Like it's just for you to see in person, really. To be honest, there are a rare amount of local manufacturers everywhere that offer you a good price, because they're gonna charge for the material. If you use their blanks, they're gonna charge for that. They're gonna charge for different colors if you have multiple colors, and it's just a whole bunch of expense just piling on. But it is good to explore what's around you, see if there is a good deal, and show them the product that you want to make, and just feel it out. Majority of people rarely find local places that, you know, match your price range, especially when you're starting out, because a lot of this stuff is really expensive. They go the international route. This could be really anywhere, and you can meet them really anywhere. This is up to personal preference, and it's really up to who you know. I've made videos on all of this, by the way, before, but this is just everything you guys kind of need to know in one video, so you guys can go watch that. But yes, you can find manufacturers on Instagram, and the other one is Alibaba.com, and there's a bunch of different other websites you can find manufacturers on. At that point, it's just trial and error for you. Talking to these manufacturers could be a very tedious process, especially if it's international, the time difference. It's really patience at this point. Now it's kind of out of your control a little bit. Now you're just kind of evaluating the field, talking to different people. When you kind of like feel good about a certain manufacturer, then you're gonna want to ask for a sample. The sample is basically just a one of one of your mock-up, basically, in real life. So you just give it to them, just be like, hey, like I want a sample of this. I want to see you make it with all the notes I have in my mock-up. So when you do get your sample, then you fill it out. You can make changes to it. Usually they will allow you to make changes. Yeah, so after you make changes, after you kind of just feel it, like look at it, hold it, you know what I'm saying, in physical form, and then you could start bulk production. It's called bulk production. And after bulk, you wait until the bulk is done. After bulk, then you can start selling it or whatever, right? Now I'm just gonna dive into the little details. So with the clothing brand, obviously you need a website, and there's a bunch of services that you could pay for to have your website be made, or you can make it yourself by I think HTML coding, but not a lot of people know how to code. So just buy a plan from Shopify, Wix. I know some people use GoDaddy, and yeah, it's a monthly fee at that point. You have to do your own research. So you buy a domain name. That's why I That's why I wanted your brand name to be original. So the domain, the .com, .net, .whatever is free. No one else has used it, and you could just have a clean domain name. So yeah, so that's the website part of it. I'm just gonna be kind of like diving everywhere. So I apologize if it's a little bit over the place. Let's take all that and let's put it to the side. And now I'm gonna be talking ways you could approach when you are launching your clothing brand. It's really two ways. It's pre-order and pre-made. I have made videos deep diving these two, but pre-orders are basically you promote it, you promote your brand, you promote whatever product you want to sell before it's even made, and you take those orders and you put it into the amounts that you need to pay for your bulk, and then when the bulk comes, then you ship it to your customers. So that's kind of like the way of people saying how I started a clothing brand with $0. That's basically it. You just do a pre-order, and I mean, it kind of works, but you can't really ever start a clothing brand from $0. Like there's just no way. So for the more established brands and probably later in your clothing brand journey, you could do pre-made. A lot of people don't recommend pre-made, but I like pre-made if you have the expenses to do pre-made. Meaning, if your brand sells and if you have funds to personally fund your business expenses without it hurting your financial stability or wherever you are financially. It just gets products out to your customers faster, and they don't have to wait, and it's just a better like interaction, because I know a lot of brands take forever to ship, and that's the one thing I recommend you guys avoid, because when people pay for something, they should 100% get it. You know what I'm saying? We're not trying to scam nobody. But yeah, so pre-order and pre-made are two different ways you can go about when kind of launching or kind of after everything that we've talked about previously. So now let's talk about promotion. So boom, promotion is basically any social media site, app that you could get your hands on. Promote it everywhere. Promote it on your personal Instagram, promote it on your brand Instagram, promote it on your Twitter, promote it on TikTok, promote it however you can promote it, because you could just have the best quality hoodie, best design anybody's ever seen, but if they don't know about it, they will not buy. So promote it, and promote it to the point where it gets annoying. Like, people are tired of seeing your stuff, because when you first start, you need to do that. You need to apply pressure. So promote it everywhere. I also recommend ads, paid ads, paid Instagram ads, paid Facebook ads, Google ads could work, website ads could work. Like, there's just a bunch of promotion ways that you can do for your brand. Also, with most services that you pay for your website, you could do email marketing. And actually, one of you guys kind of reminded me of another way you can promote your stuff is through text message. So when you have a clientele list already, and if they buy it again, or if you have it where they put in the numbers, you could send them a text like, hey, we got a new drop and stuff like that. And so yeah, so a bunch of ways you can promote it. We're not gonna go too deep into the marketing, because I'm trying to cover everything at a sizable time, if that makes sense. Boom. Promotion out the way. I'm gonna stop for a little bit, and I'm gonna talk about blanks. So the most important thing is the quality of your product. Where to find blanks? There's just honestly so many places you could get blanks, but I will say do your own research on blanks. Don't take anybody's word for it, and like, this whole process is just trial and error. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to fail. You're gonna have to risk buying some blanks, or you trust your gut with some blanks, or you could get a blank through your manufacturer. You know what I'm saying? If you guys want a full list of blanks, then I have a video already made out that I kind of go through the list of the mainstream blanks, and I kind of explain them and my thoughts on them, so you guys can watch that. But yeah, that's all I'm saying on blanks. So the thing I'm gonna mention is the prints. Yes, like how to explain what type of prints for your clothes. I want my prints to look like this. I want it to look like this. I want it to look vintage. I want it to look washed. Like, what is it called? I guess like the names for these prints are puff printing, DTG printing, screen printing, heat press, and embroidery. Those are the main 5 that I personally know. I'm just gonna quickly go through them. So puff printing is like a 3D type of it looks like it just sticks out on your product. It's a little 3D. You can you feel it. It's not like this where it's just on the hoodie. Good puff printing doesn't go away, and it's pretty sustainable. So the next one is screen printing. Screen printing is kind of what I have on. It's like what I like to say the bread and butter of printing. It's cool, you know what I'm saying? It's the standard. it lasts long, and its overall is good. And I feel like that's what most brands use for their graphics, and I feel like also most people would debate that it is the best way to print. But there's the other thing called DTG. It stands for direct to garment, and it's this big printer, and it just prints directly into your garment. And it's also really good printing. It's also really sustainable. And in my other video, I show you guys what it looks like, so you guys can check that out once again. And the next one is called embroidery. It's what you kind of see on hats. It's like a little stitching. It's still 3D. It's like any baseball hat, the little like stitching print on the hat, or your, you know what I'm saying, your Nike hoodie with the little check. It's little stitching on it. It's really minimal and it's really nice. I don't think it's 100% not made for big graphics, but logos, names, go for it, right? So then the last one is heat pressing. Heat pressing is, in my opinion, pretty terrible. It peels off literally. It's overall not good, but the difference between heat pressing and all of those things is that you can do it yourself. Compared to the other methods, it's really cheap, so you got that. Yeah, man, that wraps up this video. I hope I covered the overall clothing brands for you guys. And if you like the video, This is the Villa Vin channel, and I'm out.